Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Here's our next session with Sammy and the obstacles. We have the Monty Roberts dually halter on her. We have repaired the teeter-totter, so it's not going to be creaking and cracking. And you can see that across the short end, she's just, her body language is good. But now, can we get Sammy, who's always been the hardest horse to give us the right answer on the teeter-totter? Okay, go back. There was a refusal there. And if that's going to continue, we're going to have to try some other tricks. That's good. Good. Okay. Go all the way around the barrel and give yourself a long distance. Look beyond the teeter-totter. Your body language alone is going to tell her we're going across that thing. Look beyond. Much better. Okay, now I'm going to leave the camera on here, and you're going to try the long way. Just stay out of her way if she rushes. Fully expect her to try to get off when it starts to move. Oh, or try to back up. Okay, there, I expected that. Although we have gotten her years in the past to go over it, I expected that concern to still be there. Temple Grandin, who studies cows, keep trying. Look beyond the teeter-totter, and then we'll start using some other techniques. Says that if there's a bad habit, it might crop up again 5% of the time, even. Okay, all right. What we're going to do is I'm going to handle Semi, as I did this years past, and Angela's going to handle the camera. The sound level is low in this next segment, so try to increase your volume. Back, 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 back. I want Semi to be confident in me, and I want to be confident in her. But see, I'm going to put this Monty Roberts dually halter, this is a quick release, on the side of the halter. There are rings here. This is a double-stranded nylon, which will give me a little bit more statement when I ask something of her. I'm going to put it on the left side, and then if we're successful, I'll put it on the right side, and we'll try it again in the other direction. But now I need to get her to be confident in me. Back, 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 back. And then before I try the teeter-totter, I'm going to ask her to go around me a couple times. We lunge our horses almost every day to make sure they're sound. Boo. I'm going to ask her to give me 2 eyes. Respect. Good. Almost. Looking at her hip. Good. I'm going to walk way out here. Going between trees, between tree stumps. Going to approach. Let her investigate. Visual block. Letting her back off. It's okay, she went farther than she did before. I'm keeping her, trying to keep her from going off the side. Now she's avoiding. She said, oh, maybe if I do this, she'll accept that answer, but no, we want to get a little farther along the length of the teeter-totter. Okay, I'm letting her get off. maybe if I get just as far, I'm not even walking out here because she knows what I want from her. That's okay, that was just as far. Now I'm going to go on the other side of the dually halter with my lead line. And remember, it said that horses are two-brained. In other words, if you do it in one direction, you absolutely have to do it in the other. So now I'm on her right side. I'm going to take her out here where there's a little bit of space. Ask her to go around me a couple times. Ooh, look at her hip. Almost two eyes. Now I did a little bit of a jerk. And remember, this double-stranded nylon, that applies pressure here. You know, I am going to go around to give her a long path to the obstacle. This first time, let's see. See, she's, move. Now, back, back, back. This is mutual confidence and mutual respect that we need to get. She's going to know what I want here, and she's going to either be willing or not, and I'll have to deal with the knot. Visual block. Good. Investigation. Good. It's almost like she's starting over. Let her off. I've got 4 feet. 4 hooves on the teeter-totter, which is good. Point. Whoa. Good. What I want to do is make sure I'm not in her exit zone here if she does decide to leave. Giving her some time. She knows what I want. She's a very smart horse, but in her own way, quite stubborn. I'm giving her time to investigate. No, I'm not getting investigation. Visual block. Request to come forward. Much better. Much better. She didn't give me attention. She was looking off there, so I used that Monty Roberts double-stranded nylon over her nose. Get a little bit more attention, respect, confidence. Good. 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 She didn't scramble off. Now, I'm going to make myself an artificial goal here. If I can get her to go up to just in front of the fulcrum, I'll say we've reached our interim success objective today. And then we're going to do this more and more. The teeter-totter seems to be sound now. We had to add some really strong 2x6s here on the sides. She's not paying attention to me. And I'm not going to ask her to do anything until I get her confidence and attention and respect. She's licking her lips. That's a good sign. Watch how her lips are flapping. She's saying, okay, I'm not nervous, but am I willing is the question. Good. Very good, but not good enough. Good. Avoidance. Back. 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 This is Semi. She's saying, no, I'm going to avoid. I'm not going to give you my confidence. Now I got the answer I wanted. And that was one tiny baby step at a time. But you know what? Because of my experience with Semi, Shadrach Triton Semi, I bred her here, I raised her, I trained her, with some help from experienced people, and I know her mind, and I know we're going to get her back over that teeter-totter, but I'm not going to force it today. I'm just going to say one small step at a time and watch us gain mutual confidence in each other. I've got my other two Morgans here as well as my bull standing here. There are a lot of conflicting attention getters, but when she's out here with me, I want her to give me her full attention, her willingness, her respect, her confidence, and then she'll get mine. And that's all for today. Another session at the teeter-totter with Semi. And once again, we have a distraction. There's Susie and Bull Rusty in the corridor. My cameraman's going to show you. So look at Semi. Look where she's looking. She's saying, wait a minute, what are those two guys doing there? These are my mini zebus, and there's a third one that might come up here. That's Sela, their daughter. But okay, I'm asking her to pay attention to me. I'm asking her to be confident in me, and I want to be confident in her. I'm asking her to step on this teeter-totter. I have Angela, my helper, over here, and she's going to try to be a visual wall at the fulcrum because that's where Semi tends to step off. But I know that she knows how to do this. I know that eventually she'll have confidence in me and respect for my request and do it. But we're doing it in tiny baby steps. We went across east and west. We went about halfway up in our last session. And now we hope we can get 3/4 of the way up. And wouldn't it be great if we could get all the way up? But I have to have Semi's willingness. There you go. She went up to the fulcrum. And whoop, if Angela hadn't been standing there, she would have jumped off. But instead, she backed off. So I'm letting her, for the time being, back away. Because if she's resisting, back, 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 then I'm going to let her get away, but she won't get away with it. Pretty close. She went farther than the fulcrum that time. So you know that you're going to reach even farther next time. We're going to make it a safe, movable visual wall to try to convince her that have confidence. We're not asking you to do something dangerous. It's just kind of weird for a horse to go on a teeter-totter. Just as far as last time. Maybe that's as far as we'll get this time. Even farther. We've got about 5, 6, 8, 3/4 of the way more. And she's licking her lips, which is a good sign. She's saying, I'm not scared. She jumped off. I saw her look. I saw her look for a hole. She said, how do I get off this thing? And then Angela stepped back a little bit, which is okay. You don't want to be in the way of a horse that's spooking. I have to get Semi to be willing to go the whole way. And you know I'm going to be happy with that perfect right answer one time today. And we'll keep doing it. If we have any further problems, we'll let you know. Today is a short session with Firecrest Easter Eve in the obstacles area, the northeast quadrant of the obstacles area. We haven't been concentrating on these obstacles yet. We just want to give you an idea what's out here. We have from a distance, but now we're going to do it closer. Right straight ahead is 2 5-inch posts on stands, and they are parallel but uneven. So it's a real challenge to ask a horse that doesn't know to watch where their feet are to step over those posts. I'm not going to do that with Eve today. I am going to do something with Eve today that I've had problems with in the past, and that we conquered it, but we'll see. This is a review. If she's still conquered, or do we have to spend more time on it? Other obstacles here are natural obstacles. These eucalyptus trees, although they are very messy, they do make great serpentine poles. So depending upon your horse, you can do a lot of serpentining here with these natural poles. Straight ahead, and I'm pointing to it, so my cameraman's going to show you. Between two yew trees, there are some ropes hanging down. I call that my rope curtain. And my horses have been really good from the get-go about going through something like that. It's like if you're on the trail and something's hanging from the trees, can you get your horse to go through it? So there is the rope curtain. Here, notice the caution tape curtain, especially if you're out on a road or near the road and you've got caution tape marking something. Will your horse spook just at the color, just at the texture? It's that plastic stuff, and it says caution on it. It's very narrow between those two yew trees, so usually we'll just walk them through from the ground. We may or may not do it with Eve, but I can tell you, knowing Eve, that she has been just fine on giving us respect and confidence, and we've been confident with her on going through the two curtains. Now, right over here is just another form of an L, only it's a T, and Angela's standing in the post of the T. We can challenge our horses to do nice, light, soft turns, either going forward or backwards. And those are 5-inch posts, so if they hit them, they usually realize that they're on a post or near a post, and they'll adjust themselves. But you've got to make sure that they're confident in you and don't get spooked by them. Now here's the thing that we've had trouble with in the past, and that's my sawhorse, a pair of sawhorses gait. I first saw this at a Morgan Class A show probably 10 years ago in Woodland. And most of the horses, although they could do gaits, this was a trail obstacles event, they didn't recognize the two sawhorses as a gait. And a lot of the horses lost a lot of points with going through the sawhorse gait. And I've had trouble with Eve on that because here it is in a natural setting, not in an arena, which in Woodland it was in an arena, and there are a lot of critters running around here. There's a creek bank right here, and we have all kinds of predators running around, and needless to say, a lot of rodents and squirrels and so forth. And Eve knows that. So I've been letting her stand here while I talk. Now I'm going to ask her very quietly to go to the sawhorse gate. And Angela's here on foot, to help give her confidence too. Now, I need to side pass, so I'm going to over. Good. Whoop. Over. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah, when it landed to me. I can't bend down enough because my back is a little bit out, but I can bend over. Put it over her head. I've done roping with these, so I knew that wouldn't disturb her. Whoop, whoop. Me and Eve a C plus B minus on that. Not that she didn't do it. She did it. But she didn't do it as softly as I wanted her to. She didn't look like she was in full control every second. She didn't look like she was giving me confidence every second. So remember, we haven't done it in a couple of years. And there's a dog barking. You probably hear that on the camera. And she knows this area to be full of rodents and squirrels and bobcats and deer. So look at her ears. Read your horse. Read your body language. She is not relaxed. Her head is not straight up, but it's also not down. She is being fully aware of the fact that we are here in an area that may have some predators. And although she is listening to me, she's also looking around and listening around. Now I'm going to exit by going into the box, try to do a 360 and back out onto the bridge. The box is over to my right. So I'm going to ask for softness, sit on my pockets, feet forward. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. She just backed up all by herself. I didn't have to pull on the reins. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look off to my left. Whoa. Off to my left. Light. Whoa. Now I need to get her hips to my right. A very slight pressure. Whoa. And she gets an A-, B+ for that one. She was quite light, quite soft. We only did it in quarter turns. Eventually we'll be able to do it in a smooth 360. So I've done what I want to do with Eve today. The next time we come out here, we want to bring Eve's daughter Sadie, and we'll negotiate one of the obstacles. But there's one more thing I'm going to do. Come and put the lead line on. I'm putting the stirrups up so they'll be out of the way. And I think that Angela will be able to do this. She knows Eve, but she's never done it before. Let's walk up to the caution tape curtain. When you step through it, go off to your right, because I think Eve will follow. I don't think she'll hesitate. Very nice. Really? Very nice. Okay, you can take her back. I just knew that she would be good. It gave Angela a challenge. She works with Eve, not in saddle yet very much, but on the ground all the time. So we showed you that there was mutual confidence in doing the caution tape curtain. And that's all for today. Today is our session with Sadie here at the obstacles. And we're trying an obstacle that we haven't done with the other horses recently, and certainly not with Sadie. We don't have a bit in Sadie's mouth. We have a side pull on her nose. And that's a rawhide band over her nose to which the reins connect. Under the side pull, but not in the way of the side pull, is a rope halter, an Arab-sized rope halter that has its double-stranded rope above the side pull. Because if we're having any resistance from Sadie, I have my lead line, a 12-foot yacht rope lead line, and I'll help Sierra to accomplish this obstacle and maybe one more. And here's our challenge right now. Sierra's gonna go around one of the barrels and come over here and walk over these uneven parallel bars or posts. Now they're uneven for a reason. We want the horse to know where his feet are, or her feet are. We want her to judge for herself how high she has to lift the left or the right. If she tips it, I don't think she'll be spooked. A new horse might be, but I don't think she will be. But then we'll do it again, and I think she'll learn from experience to know how high to lift her hooves. Yeah, she touched it a little bit, okay. Good, good. Now she did touch it, it did make a sound, but she's okay. Turn around, come back. These eucalyptus trees themselves are obstacles that we like to negotiate here. Oh, she's going to go through the curtain, or are you avoiding the curtain this time? Okay, she's just making herself a good long run. We can do this at a trot too, but not today. Now you saw that she kind of touched it. She didn't get spooked. Go for it again, maybe this time a little bit to the right or to the center of the post. And then next time, if all is well, come right back the other direction. Okay, go for it. So far, not a whole lot of rain control necessary. Even though we've got my zebu, heifers, and bull right here. Sadie seems okay on it, good. Remember to look ahead where you're going. Okay, now turn around. A U-turn is fine. We do everything both directions when we train our horses. Okay, and we've got the distraction of my cows over here. Kyle, can you just turn the camera and show what I mean? I've got little miniature zebus, little Brahma-like cows. And my horses live with them, but sometimes they're not expecting to see them, so we give them the opportunity to become accustomed, desensitized. Okay, I feel that she was good. Did you feel any stress at all? I didn't see any stress at all. She was good. She has to have a little more practice so she knows not to touch it with her ankle or her hoof, but she didn't spook when she did. All right, let's go this way now. Kyla's going to follow us with the camera. And you can see that there's some ropes hanging there. I don't think she'll spook. I don't think she'll back you off, but if she does, we'll do what we have to do to teach her not to be spooked by this object that she thinks is spooky. Okay, go ahead. The last time we had Eve out here, we took her through this caution tape curtain from the ground. It's a little bit narrow to do from saddle, but this rope curtain is fine. If you duck a little bit, stay in center balance, no problem. Why is this a realistic obstacle? Well, how many times are you out on the trail and you've got things hanging from the trees? And you don't want your horse to say, no, I'm not going. You want to give them every opportunity to realize that they should be confident in you. And you want to get confident in your horse if you want to enjoy your trail ride. Gosh, it's almost as if, aha, now you're stuck on it. Okay, so there was a little bit of pressure. Your foot got caught to one of the ropes, but there are no loops there. She just got caught to the button or the knot at the bottom, and it pulled away. But I'm sure Sadie felt that. She didn't spook, right?
Nope, she was fine.
Okay, well, we've given you an opportunity today to see a couple more obstacles here in the Minmore Farmers Obstacles area. See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.